A global watchdog monitoring freedom of expression has named India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi as one of 37 predators of press freedom.
Modi's policy was a mess. It caused complete chaos.
नमस्कार दोस्तों.
No, it's not his channel. This is my channel. And I am starting a new series on analyzing governments and foreign policies. And if you're new to my channel, then hi, my name is Shatakshi. I spent last 10 years working in management consulting strategy, public policy and international affairs, very interestingly with a lot of leaders at prime minister levels as well. And very interestingly, I have myself worked in the space of government of India, especially under the Modi leadership. So feel free to hit on the subscribe and notification button so that you get notified whenever I'm bringing out a lot of interesting content from management consulting, public policy, and if you like these new kind of governance analysis videos as well. So with that, let's get started. A little new topic that I'm starting, and let me know in the feedback in the comment section if you like it. Happy to make more around it. That what is the report card of the Modi government? There are a lot of, as we all know, Modi is a very popular leader, right? And many a times that popularism can actually sway you from a lot of objective parameters. I have worked in government of India and I know how objective parameters look, and in this video, we are going to be doing a deep analysis based on the World Bank report, and it can be as objective as it can get. And with that, let's get started. So the 5 parameters that we are going to be looking of World Bank, let's start with first one, which is ease of doing business. If you look at ease of doing business, which is basically a function of how legalization takes place, how it is easy to set up a new office, how it is easy to actually acquire labor in a new country, then India was ranked 62 in 2019 against a rank of 100 in 2017. This seemed like a pretty big jump on economic front on ease of doing business ranking. So seemed like Modi government did win here. If you drastically move levers and you talk about environment as such, you cannot just monitor the progress of a nation on just economics. You have to look at the environmental ranking as well. So if you look at the CO2 emission in 2019, it was 1.8 metric tons per capita in 2019. And if you look at 2014, it was 1.7 metric tons per capita. Very interestingly, I would not value it as something which was an out achievement by Modi government. I think this is something that could have gone 3 ways, right? It could have remained as is, which seemed to be the case. It could have gone down, which was a very good case. We all know how India, especially the metropolitans, are struggling with pollution level, or it could have gone worse as well. I do think that this metric should have looked more seriously, and of course, environment being a little more state topics, a lot more state governments need to have been involved. But on this metric, I would say that there was not a lot of achievement by the current Modi government. If you talk about another economic metric, which is central government departments' debt as a percentage of GDP, if you look at 2019 figures, it was 46.5% debt percentage of GDP in 2018. And in 2014, this number was 50%, to be precise, 49.9% in 2014. So it seemed like the central government debt as a percentage of GDP has gone down, which seemed like a good progress under the Modi government. If you talk about, once again, economics and well-being of an individual, people like you and me, then instead of just looking at GDP, I'm looking at GDP per capita. And once again, if you look at 2021, then the GDP per capita of India by World Bank was reported to be $2,274. That means that on an individual level of the 1.3 billion population we have, the individual GDP per capita is $2,274 in 2021. But in 2014, this number was $1,573. That means that there is an upward journey here. We seem to be doing a lot of good work. We cannot ignore the fact that 2020 was pretty bad because of the pandemic. It could have gone down as well, but it seemed like the Modi government did actually a good job. Which brings us towards the 5th parameter, a parameter which impacts like people, you and me, which is unemployment. So if you look at 2021 figures, the unemployment rate in India as reported by World Bank was 5.1 percentage. And in 2014, this number was 6.7 percentage. So seem like unemployment has gone down, but I still believe there is a lot of good work that still could have been done. But I, as someone who has spent my time working Government of India, I know of Skill Ministry, I know of a lot of upskilling initiatives that were being taken by Government of India itself as well. But there is, if I were to take another tangent here, there are Nobel Prize that are being given to economists that it's the underemployment that should be monitored, not unemployment. If a person with a degree is doing farming rather than working in a bank, for example, it is underemployment. That is what our country, for example, is struggling with, not just our country, but multiple other developing countries. World Bank will, of course, have to start reporting it for us to eventually for us to also analyze it. But those were the 5 parameters. I also want to add one more thing. Modi government did have a lot of inherent advantage when they started their government in 2014. It was not a coalition government. They won with a majority. In fact, the next time our Honorable Prime Minister came back, they won with a larger majority. The fact that they had a larger majority allowed them to do a lot of economic progress, a lot of progress on a lot of social well-being of the citizens as well. I have tried to make this video as bipartisan, as non-partial as possible, but at least on the 5 metrics that I chose from the World Bank across GDP per capita, to unemployment, to debt, to of course environmental factors as well, it seemed there is a good progress taken by our country under the Honorable Prime Minister. And if you want more videos, because this is a partial analysis, it could have been done from a multiple angles around politics, around social, on-ground governance as well, then let me know in the feedback section or in the comment section. Happy to make more videos around this so that you all get to pick my brains. How did we analyze a lot of problems in the government and how we can actually advance the cause of our nation and look at multiple other problems, not just for India, but many other foreign policy issues as well. And I've always mentioned, if you need more help to actually make a career in public policy, feel free to check out my education venture, globalgovernanceInitiative.org, where we run an impact fellowship program, especially for people who are interested to build a plan B for their UPSC careers. Then yes, that's about it. And if you like being on a chai break, I know I didn't do the sip, then feel free to hit on a like button so that I get to know what all did you like in my video, and feel free to share it with your friends so that they get to know about all the interesting, serious, responsible content I am bringing out for all of you on my channel. I'll see you very much soon.